Hi everyone, this is just a little game that I've just come up with. I just call it Bullseye, and once again coming up with the names is often the hardest thing. I really have a strong belief and attachment to trying to come up with ideas that enable us to practice skills in different ways. You know as well as I do that learning number facts doesn't come easy for a lot of kids, and some kids learn it one way in particular, others need lots of variation, and my focus is to give that variation, and we just keep tapping away, and some ways work best with some kids, some work better with others. So this one's just called Bullseye, very simple. So 1 to 2 players, and here's what we do for starters. To generate our numbers, as I've shown you in other clips, I can use dice. These are 10-sided dice, and I'm well aware that they're not accessible to everyone. So if you haven't got dice, once again, good packet of quality cards, and you can use the numbers. They're all just single digit numbers. Ace is worth 1. I've taken the other numbers out. So you can use those instead of the dice. I'll just use the dice today if that's okay. The idea of this is we're going to roll the dice and make a number. Today we're going to make a 2-digit number. You could expand it to 3-digit numbers and increase the number of dice, number of cards. As always, change the games to suit the ages and the abilities of the kids. This one's great, it can suit all ages. We then create a target number, then we roll the dice again and try and make an equation that gets us as close to that number as possible. If you could make that number a bonus. If you do make that number, that's 10 points, that's a bullseye. If you get within 0 to 10, 1 to 10 it should be, 1 to 10 away from the target number, you get 5 points. But if you make, you're still well away from it, but you still make a correct equation, you get 3 points. The point I'm making there is we're valuing every contribution. So you don't have to get the bullseye. You can still make an equation that's correct. You get points. Here's what it looks like. Let's make a target number. I've got a 9 and a 5. I can make 95 or 59. I'm going to go 59. I'm writing upside down here. Here we go. Take it in turns rolling. We've made the 2-digit number. Now we roll all 3 dice. Each player has to make an equation using all of those. I could go 2 plus 8 plus 2. That makes 12. That would give me, it's still a correct equation. It's not a bullseye. It's not within 10. I would still get 3 points. We value everything. I could do 82 take away 2 would give me 80. That's a 3-pointer. What if I said, I don't know, let's go. What if I said 22 times 8? Well, that's going to be 176, I think it is. And you'll probably correct me if I'm wrong. That was just a wild guess. So I'm just going to go with 82 take away 2, and that will give me 3 points. My opponent might have said 22 plus 8, which gives them 30. Still a correct equation. Do that so I know who's who. They get 3 points. And my other opponent said 28 times 2. Oh, I didn't think of that. Which is 56, which is close, so they get 5 points. There we go. And next player. Player 2 rolls. Remember, they roll for everyone. Oh, sorry. We're still going with 59. Now what you could do here, you could change the target number or you could stick with it. Let's just stick with it for the time being. 9, 7 and 7. Let's go. I could just do 77 take away 9, which would give me 68. 68, 59. Yep, that's within 10, I think. So I would get the relevant points there, and so on. As I said, change the number each round if you like, or leave the number there and see how many different ways you can make it. You could also use the cards. So who wins? Well, it's not necessarily about someone having to win, but you could say who's got the highest score after 10 rounds or 5 rounds, or be the first one to get a score of 50 or whatever. Or you could even just be totally random and say, okay, first one to get a score of 30. You could just roll and make your target number. it's just another way of generating those number facts. You could also use all of the operations in different ways where possible. Doesn't have to be just adding to and then take away the other. I could do, say if I said 50, I don't know, say if that came 55 divided by 5, I get 11. 5 times 5 is 25, take away 5 is 20. What if the numbers were here? 6, 5 and 0. Well, I could do, I'll get rid of 0 for this. I could do 5 times 4 is 20, 20 take away 6 is 14. So we can mix and match. That's Bullseye. Give it a try and change it any way you like to suit the ages and abilities of your kids. Cheers.